Hello and welcome everybody for the first time here in the right here with me. We're in qualifying. Hello and welcome everyone for the SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series. We're in the first recruitment race. We have two of them so trying to get these drivers getting real hot and ready for the season to start real soon. So we're looking at guys who could be racing full time, guys who could not be, but either way we're gonna have a show tonight. We got some high I-rating guys in here tonight, gonna put on a show for us. Art Nicotera in the 17 machine. Heath Snyder going real slow around the racetrack. That might be a strategy play to keep them tires warmed up. Joseph Tucker almost spinning off of two. Somehow saved it. I mean, what a save. He'll reset his car. Here's JP Jones. Heath Snyder now starting to get the car rolling. Get that truck up to speed. Up to temp it is. And now he'll try and set the pace for tonight's race with the 17 of Art Nicotera. He'll cross the line. First, he'll be the benchmark. He'll be P2 by 2 seconds over Hunter Hughes in the 18 Ford. Heath Snyder, first lap was just getting up to speed. He's 3 seconds off the pace. But let's see this lap right here. He'll diamond the racetrack in 1 and 2. Christopher Lowell in the 4 Chevrolet. He'll move up to 3rd. Never mind. Christopher Fuge in the 49 Ford will move up to 3rd. Now what does Heath Snyder do? One of the highest I-rating cars in the field tonight. What can he do tonight in qualifying? Puts it P1, top of the board. Heath Snyder on pole, provisionally anyways. Here's the man with the most I-rating in the field. 4,800. As Christopher Fuge, top of the pylon, not for long. Joseph Tucker snatches it away by 9/100ths of a second. Never mind. Gary Donnellan, who is flying in practice, has just snatched it away with 8/100ths of a second. John Freeman in the 33 Premier Setups Chevrolet Silverado. I got used to saying the truck names. Oh my. He slots in. Where is he at? Oh, he is not. He's P1. Oh my. It's John. He's P1. Here's Carter McMurray. He sits 11th at the moment. Right in his qualifying lap. Here's Justin Boyles. The Twisted T23 Toyota Camry, or not Camry, excuse me, Tundra, down the back straightaway. He has not set a qualifying lap tonight. Still a lot of cars who have not set qualifying laps tonight. Boyle's absolutely ripping the top seam of the racetrack. What can he do? P13 for Boyles. Here's Andrew Nagney in the 60 Ford. Where does he slot in? P14 for the 60 of Nagney. Dominic E. Krischke in the 20 Chevrolet Silverado. Dwayne Whitby. We still have a lot of cars to go. Here's Arthur Lucas. He's going to pull his Chevrolet Chevy Silverado back to the garage. Here's William Sandusky in the 17. Dominic E. Krischke, one of the higher guys in the I-rating category. Not all. Everything's not I-rating, but it's a big part of it. Dominic E. Krischke, his first qualifying lap of the evening. What does the 20 Silverado got in the tank? It looks like a really sporty line through 1 and 2. So tight to the wall, carrying every bit of speed he can. He'll wrap the paint down in 3 and 4. What can he do for that benchmark number 1 lap? The second lap seems to be the quicker lap, but we'll see here what Dominic can do. P1 right at the end of the session. Dominic Krischke Snatches pull away from John Freeman. Wow. That was out of nowhere.
All right, everybody. This will be the driver's meeting. Warm-up session will be used for the driver's meeting, so please do not take to the track. Welcome to the first preseason Thunder event for the SSRL Truck Series. Or I should say the 2026 SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Series. If you are new to not only SSRL and have not joined and would like to, we will have the Discord link posted so you can. Tonight.
Sorry about that, folks. I need to get used to doing that. That's why this is a practice, and a good thing it's only warm-up. As you heard, race control going over rules and such with our competitors this evening. As you look at our sponsors on the bottom right of your screen, all these great partners here in the Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series, SSRL, Spartan Sim Racing, of course. All these guys come out here. Admin Box, Too Hot for Leather, Sousa Media, along with Appalachian Chillbilly on TikTok. Go follow them out. French Board Fire and Rescue, Advanced Addictive Innovations, Holman Napa Auto Parts, and of course Spartan Sim Racing Graphics. And those are all our sponsors. Always scrolling on the bottom right of the screen, especially during practice, qualifying, and warm-up for the most part tonight. But nonetheless, we are in warm-up waiting. See if we can get the qualifying order brought up here. Dominic E. Kreschke on pole. John Freeman P2. Gary Donnellan. I mean, what a lap by Dominic there at the end. Coming in at the last possible moment to snatch pole away here from everyone else. I mean, a very, very impressive lap in qualifying. Nonetheless, he does sit on pole. It might have been barely. I couldn't have cut it much closer, I would say, but he does get it done nonetheless. You look at some other notables. Christopher Fuge, P5. Joseph Tucker in the 4th slot for Hostile Intent Racing. Gary Donnellan. Obviously, a lot of these guys are going to be privateers as we are in a hosted session, so tends to, you know, not show everyone in their perspective teams. Rat Pack Racing down there, and Justin Boyles as well. Seeing some other notables. Dave Fuchs Jr., our one and only in the top 10 and 11-10 mods. Race team. Art Nicotera in the top 10. Hunter Hughes. David Motts. I would look at someone who is really good. I know he didn't get pole in practice, though, was Gary Donnellan in the 3rd spot in that 12. He was really fast. That Silverado was on, well, it was on fire in practice. And was still pretty good in qualifying, only 3/10 off. Excuse me, not 3/10, 3/100ths off of pole, and just 5/1000s off of P2. So top 3 are really close in qualifying. There's a bit of a drop off there to 4th, about 1/10 of a second, 7/100ths of a second, and then you go 2/10 back to 5th, and it just kind of falls. I mean, the top 18 are separated by almost a second. Further you go down the grid. Let's look at the rest of the grid here. A lot of guys did not post a qualifying time. You look at Donovan Carty in the 11th spot. Colton Gardner kind of deeper in the field than we expect. But yes, you have to go all the way back to P19. That's a full separation from the pole time. It goes back to all the way to 2.5 almost with Arthur Lucas. Obviously, there's most likely an issue for both him and Stephen Bryan in the Lazy Lizard Racing 22. You would have to swing that. And that Silverado, it's quite off the pace for both those Silverados. Nonetheless, we'll see how they all act. And there's 30 trucks in the field tonight, so very impressive stuff to see that many trucks out here on the racetrack. We're in final warm-up. Drivers in a driver meeting, everything going on as we get ready for this race to go tonight. And the anticipation is here. It might just be a preseason race, but don't tell these drivers that, folks. They're going to treat it just like any other race. You want to go out there, you want to perform, and well, what better way to kick off into the season with a victory here at Legacy Atlanta, one of the best racetracks in this game. There's really not much better than this track, and well, it's one of the best mile and a halves for sure. It just puts on a show as we're watching Hunter Hughes in the 8 go at it here of Joseph Tucker. And watch these guys getting their final bit of practice up. Just go full push in these little runs and see how you will do later in the race with some of these guys you're going to race with for the win, for top 5s, for top 10 positions. A lot of trucks in the field tonight. 95 laps here. And only 3 sets in the pit, so you're going to have to be careful. Can't use up those sets too early, so you're going to have to be, excuse me, good on the long run. That's going to be a big paramount tonight as you're looking at, I mean, these two behind them. Hughes and Tucker are just flying. They have caught these two in front of them. That's Boyles and the 49. Ooh, some contact right there. That's Christopher Fuge in the 49. Wow, here comes the 18 of Hunter Hughes. These drivers are just getting their final preps in until we go green and drop the green flag for 95 laps tonight. And all the anticipation of this evening. A 30 truck field tonight. That's a lot of trucks to go into, and without a doubt, it's going to be a fun one. I'm sure we'll see our fair share of incidents. This track is not easy, and if you do have that, the iRacing setup that they have here this week, oh my, is it slippy, and it is just no grip. I don't think you would want that setup out here tonight, especially with long runs. That thing doesn't like to go 20 laps, let alone 40 laps or anything like that. It just will not make it. Nonetheless, you're gonna have to save some tires tonight, as it's going to be a fun, interesting race tonight. Cannot wait to get there. And just for your information, no stages tonight, of course. We do not do stages here. EOL, so guys that cause caution. So if you're wondering why did that guy go back there all of a sudden when he was up here running 5th or whatever, if he's deemed to cause the caution, race control will send him to the rear. If you have 3 of those, you'll be parked. So can't get in too many. If you're the cause of 3 incidents, you will be parked for the rest of the race. And multiple guys can get EOLs at a time. I'm just trying to read everyone here. What we got going on tonight? We're just getting ready. Just counting down the seconds, the proverbial seconds, till we get these cars actually racing out here and not just Justin Boyles all over the place in front of the 8. Having a little bit of fun before we get to the serious part where these guys got to really lock in. JP Jones in the 14. Ford F-150. 21 Appalachian Chillbilly machine coming off onto the racetrack. The anticipation is building, and my oh my, I'm ready to get this thing going. If you're in the comment section, say hello. Hello, Mary. How nice to see you. She says, go Heather Snyder. Or Heath Snyder. I'm sorry. I thought that said Heather. I apologize. Heath Snyder. Let's go Tucker, says Chastity Tucker. I would assume you're related in some sort of way, you know, last name and all. But if you're in the comment section, if you're watching, like the video, subscribe, of course. You know, the typical YouTube drama stuff as we're watching this. Actually, a really nice paint scheme. I really like this from the 08 of Glenn Grimm. Like the club version of Austin Dillon's Cup car, but in a truck. You know, I like it. Looks very nice. Very mean looking. I don't like the hood, like 2 little red squares. I think that's a little goofy looking, but a great looking paint overall. Hard to make paint schemes on here, and these guys who do the trading paints for a living they're heroes, man. That takes a lot of work, a lot of talent. Not talent that I am blessed with. I wish I could do it because it's a fun thing to do, I'm sure. As you see a car, I think, driving through the grass right there. David Mott's in the 21. I like that. It's like a fireman scheme. I like that. That's very nice. I respect that. Simple, but looks good. Looks like an early 2000 late 90s truck, if you ask me. Arthur Lucas in the 24 Silverado. As there's warm-up's all gone. We're gonna get these drivers strapped into their race cars for one more time, and it's not for warm-up, it's not for practice, it's for the real deal, folks. Let's go ahead and show you our grid for this evening's race. Starting on pole tonight, it's Dominic E. Krishke. That driver set a blistering qualifying lap in the final dying seconds of the session. He will start on pole. To his outside, on the outside pole, John Freeman will start in second. Can't speak really. Gary Donnellan will start in third. Joseph Tucker in fourth. Christopher Fuge in the 49 will start in fifth. Heath Snyder will start sixth. David Motz will start this race in the 7th position. Hunter Hughes to his outside in 8th. Art Nicotera in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 drivers in qualifying, Dave Fuge Jr. There we are. Top 12 guys spread on your screen. The pace truck. As we see Dominic E. Kreshke, he is going to start from the pit lane tonight. I think both of our pole-setting drivers will start from the pit lane. That means Joseph Tucker and Gary Donnellan are promoted to the front row. The lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go green next time by. Cheer on your favorite driver, your favorite truck out here, or just cheer on some great racing, because no doubt that will be precedent tonight. Here in the SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series. We're going to see a great show tonight. See all these guys put it on the line for victory. It's just the silence before the storm, before all these drivers, all 19 on the racetrack. Get underway, get racing. Gary Donnellan, P1 of those drivers. The anticipation for the first preseason race in the SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series is about to be no more. Pace car is going to pull off to the left, and for the first time this year, we will see the green flag tonight. Green flag, Joseph Tucker leads from the outside. Joseph Tucker with a launch and a half on the outside. He'll clear Gary Donnellan. Here comes the 49 to his outside. Gary Donnellan under pressure early for P2. That's Heath Snyder in the 29. It's on my screen, it's the 1. Nonetheless, Heath pulls right to the back bumper of the 12. He'll give him a big old push down the front stretch. Joseph Tucker continues to lead off of corner number 2, lap 1 in the books. Gary Donnellan, P2 right now, trying to work his way back to where he started this race, on the inside, on pole. Joseph Tucker leading this field around the racetrack. Gary Donnellan in his second spot. Heath Snyder in third. Hunter Hughes in fourth. Here's Christopher Fuge. Top 5 are really close. They're all separated by 0.4 of a second. Don't look too far back. But David Motes is in 6th. There's only 0.6 off the race lead. All top 6 drivers within a second of each other. It's gotten real single file around the pack. For the back, here's Glenn Grimm. He's up 5 spots from where he qualified that '08 Chevrolet Silverado. I gotta get used to saying Silverado. Keep butchering it over here. He has moved up 5. 1 spot up is David Moats. Donovan Carty is up 3 and 7 spots up from where he started. One of the biggest movers tonight. That's Andrew Nagney. Not sure why it says it's out. I think the scoring pylon is being a little finicky tonight. We do have 30 trucks on the racetrack. They should not all be out. I'm not sure why it says that. Nonetheless, Joseph Tucker leads this race in the Silverado. Elliott Sadler, Esports Silverado, to be exact. He'll trailed by 2 more Chevy Silverados, then 2 Ford F-150s. Your first Tundra, back in 12th with Justin Boyles. Go back a bit of ways, and here we go. Battle side by side. Donovan Carty, Glenn Grimm for the 7th spot. Glenn's going to have the momentum off, too. He'll look to the outside, actually, the 15 of David Motts. David leaves the door open now. Outside, here comes Glenn Grimm. He'll try and push the car in front of him, but no, the 21 had good bite on the bottom. He'll try to fight it back. Some great racing early tonight. You see a battle, excuse me, of Heath Snyder. He takes P2 from the 12. Joseph Tucker trying to play defense. It's so close up here at the front of this field. Whoa, and you're seeing way loose on the back straightaway. I think that's the 21 of David Motson. Yes, it is. Excuse me, the 15. Numbers aren't matching, but wow. I thought he was coming back into traffic, wrecking on the backstretch. He'll slow all those guys down, though, and there's no doubt those tires are screaming right now. Everyone was thinking it was going to be a big old wad-em-up crash down the back straightaway, and my, oh my, it almost was. And here comes Heath Snyder, ripping the paint on the outside. The Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson line. He'll switch back to the inside. Someone does the same further back. Battle for the race lead, entering 3. Lap 9 of the race. The 8 has led all 8 so far. Can he lead lap 9? He'll stay to the right rear quarter panel. He'll get a big run off of 4. What can he do at the line? He'll lead lap number 9. So, lap 9 down in the book. So 9 led complete. But here comes Heath Snyder back on the inside. Going to be a hard pass. He's going to get pinched down off exit. Not going to be able to power up. Clear goes Joseph Tucker. Tucker takes back the race lead. Gary Donaldson just kind of chilling here. Hunter Hughes as well, but Donovan Carty, he has dropped back to the clutches of the man who almost wrecked off of 2. And the 49 right behind him of Chris Refuge. He's down a little bit from where he started, maybe saving a little bit of stuff, but nonetheless, he is down a few spots. And Joseph Tucker currently leads this race. Joseph Tucker. Got used to all these names. A lot of these guys I haven't seen before. Here's someone back in the wall back there. Oh, we have spinners! Justin Boyles, Glenn Grimm, and they're coming back up the racetrack, collecting others. Oh, who is that right there? Big time wreck. And my oh my, lap 12, fireworks explode down the back straightaway. What a wreck. Caution is out in the Spartan Sim Racing League. A massive wreck. Takes out some big competitors tonight. Joseph Tucker leads the field back into green. Let's get a replay of what just happened right there. Oh, it's already started. Go back even maybe a bit. Oh. Oh yeah, comes up the track. Justin Boyles was not clear. Comes up the track, just absolutely slaughters the 08. Here comes the 40 car. I mean, nowhere to go for him of Colton Gardner. He gets caught up in it, excuse me, an innocent bystander. My oh my. Let's get one more look at that. That's Colton Gardner's wreck. Yeah, that seems like, I mean, very odd wreck, without a doubt. No, nothing intentional, obviously. I don't think that. That was just he's just riding in lane. I think he thinks he's all the way at the top. Yeah, I think thinks he's all the way at the top. He goes up there to kind of pinch him on entering the corner. And wow, some of these cars like JP Jones get away with it. Colton Gardner, unfortunately, does not get away with it. That car is going to be, well, pretty hurt. And there goes a set of tires as well. And those tire sets are just shot. I mean, if you're Glenn, you're just like, what just happened, right? I mean, he just comes up the track and just demolishes you. I'm not sure what that was. I mean, it seems like he kept it spinning. I'm not sure. I might have just been surprised. It was a very out of nowhere wreck, without a doubt. Kind of, I think two drivers just trying to go for that same real estate. One not realizing he was where he was, and he's out of the gas. They're just trying to slow her down. Just a really bad spot on the track to get turned like that down the backstretch. Oh, and Colton Gardner. Man, poor Colton Gardner. Watch it from his perspective. Still in the gas here, still in the gas. And oh, there's wrecking. Looks good. No, barely. Most helpless feeling in these trucks, or in any race car for that matter. I mean, he was through it. So we go back to live here. We are at 1 to go. We have some strategy. So after a massive wreck down the backstretch, takes out 3 contenders from this race of at least any major contention. Christopher Fuge stays out. Dominic E. Krishke stays out. Joseph Tucker does not stay out. Everyone behind them has at least pit for tires in some sort of capacity. Excuse me. In some sort of capacity tonight now. But Christopher Fuge in the 49. He's going to lead this field to green along with Dominic Krishke. Very interesting. We're going to see a mixed bag. So these guys on 12 lap older tires. I mean, that's a lot here at Atlanta. In the trucks, that's a lot of a tire disadvantage. We'll see if Snyder and Tucker can work their way through traffic without hurting their own tires, along with Gary Donnellan, Hunter Hughes, probably the best 4 trucks that we saw out there. Just before the caution came out. Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. Christopher Fuge on the outside with a good launch. Fuge with a good launch. Here comes Dominic Kreshke, though. He rockets off into turn 1. The 49 slides up. Here comes Hunter Hughes. Excuse me, Joseph Tucker and Heath Snyder. Hunter Hughes a little further back. Here comes Gary Donnellan. Oh, and hard into the wall, the 49. All by his lonesome. Misjudged the corner entry there a little bit. There we go. There you go. Gary Donnellan passes him. Here goes a battle back here. Donovan Carty, Hunter Hughes going at it. Here comes the 60 of Andrew Magny. He continues the climb. In game time, here he comes down the backstretch, looking on Hunter Hughes for 7th. Up 8, wants to make it up 9 if he can get by Hunter Hughes. He'll do so. Rockets off into turns 3 and 4. Doesn't look like he's tire saving much. He wants to go up and take this race lead. As talk about the race lead, Dominic Kreshke on 12 lap older tires. He's leading this race still. Joseph Tucker and Heath Snyder are out here battling it out. As Donovan Carty has moved up to 4th. Here's Gary Donnellan. As Andrew Nagney now gets by Christopher Fuge. Make it up 10 spots from where he started. P16 on the grid. Make it 11 almost. He's not going to be quite clear off of 4. Maybe he is. What a move. That was a strong corner from the 60 car. You got to wonder what the tire strategy was there, or was there just fuel taken? That's a big component. Wow, I mean, Dominic Kreshke, the man who started on pole, started from the pit lane, has put 7 and 9/10 respectively on Tucker and Snyder. Oh, as here comes Donovan Carty. He'll take that 28 Silverado to the inside. Use the fresher tires. They have fresher tires, obviously. He'll get around Heath Snyder, no problem. This car's bouncing off the wall, almost spinning off the fence further back. Side by side, here comes the 60 of Andrew Nagney. Clear up. He'll make his way up to 4th, past the 29. Here comes Donovan Carty. He looks for P2 on Joseph Tucker. Whoa, the 60 on the apron there. Not that much grip in those tires. Oh my. These guys are getting after it. These trucks just get so crazy and yawed out the older the tires get. When there's fresh tires around you, man, you just feel like a sitting duck. Not much you can do. Andrew Nagney, he'll get by. Joseph Tucker right there. There's Christopher Lowell in the 4. He'll get by Tucker. So tires do mean something. Those are just 12 laps. Two of these guys in front of him only took fuel. The likes of Tucker and Snyder, and I believe Donovan just didn't hit at all, along with the 49. That would be my hypothesis. As it might be true that the 20 is leading now, but don't look too far back. These fresh tires are coming. These 3 guys, they want the race lead now. They want to use the tires while they can, get the track position they can, and they have gained 2/10 in a corner of that lap, or so far this lap. Make that. It was a gap of 6/10 at the line. Right, Caution is out.
Caution is out.
Aaron Watson. He's already reset the race car. Take a look at what happened. Let's take a replay of what just happened here to Aaron Watson that caused that caution. It is not showing me. Alright, obviously something happened to Aaron Watson to bring out the caution. He was immediately down pit road. And now he is not even on the racetrack, so I'm not quite sure what happened to Aaron Watson there. He is not on the racetrack, so maybe just out of this race. As here we go. That's the strategy call. Now these guys will have 8 lap older tires up here who pitted in that last cycle. Heard some engine blowing somewhere in this field. Heard it somewhere. There's Glenn Grimm right here. Justin Boyle's out of this race as well. But Donovan Carty, new race leader. He'll be the 3rd guy to lead laps tonight. And that Busch Light 28. Looking good out there. Andrew Nagney, P2. Christopher Lowell, David Moats, JP Jones. So 5 cars will stay out here. It's going to really shuffle up the grid. Joseph Tucker wins the race off pit road. Heath Snyder will be next. Here comes Gary Donnellan. Hunter Hughes. Christopher Fuge will be after him. And Dominic E. Krishke. So you got to wonder the tire strategies from all these guys. It has got to be just all over the place. Dave Hughes Jr. in the 22. Arthur Lucas in the 24. Here's Stephen Bryan. Back there, here's John Colmagan. Art Nicotera still on pit road. There's the 40 of Colton Gardner, involved in an earlier crash. So I believe we'll get the pace lights off right here this time by. So we're going to be 1 to go. There we go, 1 to go. And the 28 chooses the bottom of the racetrack. We'll see how it all goes once we go back green. So let's set up this order for everyone watching so far. So the top 5 cars stay out on the racetrack. They have about 7 laps less, or excuse me, more on their tires than the drivers behind. Now, some guys got out pit road a little faster than others. I believe Dominic E. Kreschke and Dave Hughes Jr., especially, those guys might be the first guys on 4. These guys might have just taken more fuel. We're just going to have to see once the restart happens. I believe they didn't take tires, though. They weren't on pit road that too terribly wrong. They might have took some, though. I may be wrong. Excuse me. Nonetheless, you have old tires at the front, new ones at the back, hungry drivers, quick drivers in the rearview mirror. Pace car is going to pull off right here. Donovan Carty leads him to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. And Andrew Nagney with a great start on the outside. That's outside lane is killed outside of Nagney. This is a very spread out restart. Caution is out. It's like not for incident, maybe a horrible jump. I mean, it might be the poor jump right there. See no cause for incident on my end on why the caution flag flew. That does help out these guys who stayed out here, I would say. They're all still in their same spots. Gary Donnellan, 7. There's a streak through the grass there. David Motes, maybe? Take a look at David here and what happens to David. Oh. There's something wrong. There's a lot of bent sheet metal there. Maybe the car that went through our grass. I don't have a replay, I don't believe, of that happening. Let's take a look back at the green flag here. We can get a better indication on what happened on this restart. Doesn't get going. Spinning, spinning. Oh, there you go. Oh, in the 18. Down through pit road, and oh, he hits it hard. Hunter Hughes keeps it off the fence. He might have a penalty, however. That would be the cause for the caution. Wow. Unexpected, I would say. Just a very, I mean, kind of out of nowhere. I mean, tire spin is huge at this track. I understand that, especially on older tires, but just that's a lot of tire spin. And obviously the 8 not trying to do that. Just he's in the fence and he's wrecking in front of him. Good job though by Hunter Hughes to keep it off the fence, and can't blame Joseph Tucker at all. Hopefully not too much, if any, damage for the 8 car. A weird set of circumstances, but nonetheless, Donovan Carty still leads this race over Andrew Nagney, Christopher Lowell, Heath Snyder, JP Jones, Gary Donnellan, Christopher Hughes, Dominic E. Kreschke, Dave Hughes Jr., Arthur Lucas, your top 10 drivers. Excuse me. A lot of cars on pit road. You see Art Nico Terra, he's still down pit road. Not sure what happened to the 17. If he might have damage from a previous incident. Hunter Hughes, obviously, you saw sliding through the grass. And well, Colton Gardner got yoinked earlier in the race with some heavy contact. So not too bad there from him, as we had 21 cars start this field. We have lost a good amount so far. Pace car lights are off. Trucks and cars, they're all getting too much, you know. Too many trucks, too many cars, all these things. Nonetheless, we're going to see these guys go at it again. We're going to see old tires, new tires go at it. Heath Snyder, the highest one. All of his competitors, the 8 and the 18, are way buried in the field. And Gary Donnellan, the closest one to him. They ran into their own respective issues. And Joseph Tucker has joined the back of the pack. Here's Colton Gardner, who is on the lead lap. Hunter Hughes trying to join the lead lap. Pack as well. They are far back, though. They're in the front stretch. They will get there in time, most likely, but you see Colton Gardner further back. If they fix that truck up, that's impressive. Very impressive fix of the truck. As we're about to get back going here in the SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series. Donovan Carty has taken the race lead from a strategy decision. Andrew Nagney, P2. Christopher Lowell, Heath Snyder, your front 2 rows. Pace car pulls off. Here we go to the restart zone. Donovan Carty with a much better launch than last time. He'll be clear off into 1. Nagney into P2. Here comes Christopher Lowell on the inside of Heath Snyder. Excuse me. Heath Snyder will pull momentum down the backstretch over Lowell. He'll have a good run as Lowell is in and out of reality there. Gary Donnellan up to 5th. Here comes Dominic E. Krushke. I think one of the dark horses to win this race. I know he isn't really a dark horse. He is definitely quick, as the 4 is Blinky, Blinky, Blinky. And here we go. Battle for the lead. Here comes Snyder. Round the outside of Donovan Carty. Excuse me. He will take the race lead. New race leader, Heath Snyder, lap 31. About the 1/3 way mark. 1/3 mark of the way through this race. Oh my lord, I am stumbling. And he will take the race lead. Donovan Carty will slot in 2. And 3rd will be Andrew Nagney. Gary Donnellan 4th. 5th is Krushke. And my oh my, that man is on the fly. Here comes the 8 of Joseph Tucker. He'll look to the inside of the Blinky Blinky machine of Christopher Lowell. He'll clear him off of 2. And here's another battle further up. Here's Gary Donnellan with the fresher tires. Looking to the inside of Andrew Nagney. And he'll clear up off of 4. A well executed pass, not being side by side for very long, if at all. Not a major tire advantage by any means. Here comes Krushke working that outside. He's trying to get there in the 60. Oh! The 60 was trying to give him room. Almost wrecked doing it, but it killed the momentum. Here comes Gary Donnellan to the inside of Donovan Carty. Oh my, what a lunge there. Krushke just passed 2 cars for 1. Andrew Nagney going backwards. Here comes Krushke in the 20. Here comes Tucker in the 8. He's got 2 cars, 2x2 in front of him. Where does he go? He'll go to the bottom mid-corner. What a move! Can he make it stick? Yes, he does. Now, Gary Donnellan does not want that car to pass him. Well, he might not have a choice. That truck is flying. Gonna have to hold him tight off exit. Can't let him slide up into you and take the line away. It's not gonna matter. The 12 is clear. Here goes the 20 on by. Joseph Tucker with a run into turn 1. Can he get the 12 quick? I think Joseph Tucker's got something for the 20. And Heath Snyder has pulled away with a 0.6 of a second race lead. Whoa, about lost it all right there off of 2. Lose a bit of time and a little bit of that race lead gone there. We haven't really seen anyone have a long run here, so we don't know who has the long run car. Still going to have to make some pit stops before it's all said and done, though. Push for Fuge up into the top 5. He will go around Donovan Carty, who led for a short bit there. Dave Fuge Jr. gets by Andrew Nagney. Further on back, here's Hunter Hughes on the rebound, being involved in the crash down the front straightaway. Looks like not any major damage to the 18, at least too bad. He's up in the top 10. Stephen Bryan in the top 10. He just passed JP Jones, who's on older tires. Arthur Lucas to his inside. Christopher Lowell on a free fall as he's on Blinky Blinky land. Here's Art Nicotera and Colton Gardner still there. That truck might be out there, but it is not okay. It's pitter-pattering. The last car on the lead lap in 15. Nonetheless, here we go, folks. Battle for the race lead. Heath Snyder trying to hold off the field. Oh my. Throat is getting dry. Oh, and a big snap from Snyder. That might open the door for Krushke. Krushke right on the back bumper of Snyder. Into 1, here they come. The 29 up top, the 20 on the bottom. Does momentum hold up? Does the bottom shorter distance hold up? Does Krushke have more speed? He's not clear this time. Not by a long shot. He'll be on the quarter panel. Entering 3, though. Going to be a tough pass here. As long as the 29 keeps a pretty wheel in it, it's not going to be easy. And it's not. The 29 is going to clear him back down the front straightaway, it looks like here. And Gary Donnellan, Joseph Tucker, they're getting into this fight. So if you're the 20, I know you want to save some tire without a doubt, but you can't get held up. And you can't just fight amongst yourselves like this. The 20 packs some air to the left rear spoiler. Excuse me, left rear fender. Still can't pronounce. Quarter panel. Heath Snyder now goes to the bottom. Interesting decision. Now the 20 is going to have big momentum off of 4. Maybe not. Maybe I spoke a little too soon. He'll get closer to him. Not as big of a run as I thought he'd be. I thought he'd be flying by in the front stretches. Oh, he's going to block the air up top. Gary Donovan's coming right in the picture here. Here we go. Battle for the lead. He went right in his tire tracks and he gets the run off of exit. He has the advantage entering 3. Man, so tight into 3. Out of 4. They are so close to making contact. They do make contact, I think. Oh my. He's still right there in the quarter panel though. The 20 might just clear up though. Force his way to the top. He doesn't. He runs in the middle of the racetrack, giving him room. And he shouldn't have done that because here comes the 29. Crossover move back to the inside. Now, if you're the 29, you have to get the lead back here. Big on slide job. If you can do it, that's what he's going to try. Can't quite get it done there. Dominic Kreschke on the outside. He's going to have to hold him tight here. Side draft him down the front stretch. Can't quite do it. Dominic Kreschke to the race lead. Joseph Tucker is all that's been going on is past Gary Donovan for 3rd. Tucker's got to make short work here. Christopher Fuge up to 5th. And here comes Joseph Tucker in the 8. Back to the inside of Heath Snyder. That was an easy pass. Much more easy than the 20 had to get by the Snyder machine. Gary Donovan's going to be next on trying to get by that 29. Where does he go? He'll go to the middle here. Try to build some momentum. Not quite going to be there, but it'll be a little closer than he was. It's a game of inches out here. All a game of inches. Heath Snyder wraps the bottom. Gary Donovan kind of in the middle and all the way up top. Joseph Tucker. So 3 distinct lines on the racetrack. Always fun to see all those lanes being used. So watch it right here. Everyone's just kind of going to peek out a little bit to the left or the right of everyone. Try to get some clean air onto their front end of their race car. And Dominic Kreschke might have taken the race lead, but Joseph Tucker is charging right now. He reels him in a little bit down the backstretch, and Christopher Fuge has caught Donovan and Snyder. Excuse me. And Tucker right here did not have a good 3 and 4. He'll lose a little ground to the 20 of Kreschke. Further back, Heath Snyder still under pressure, under fire from Gary Donovan. What does Christopher Fuge do here if these two get side by side? Oh, almost contact. I think there was contact. Fuge looks to the inside. The 8 into the fence almost. No, he just does a great job packing air onto that car. Some great racing up inside the top 5. Further back, you're going to see Dave Fuge Jr. up inside the top 6. He's running down the lead pack. Donovan Carty on the older tires in 7th. I mean, he's only 4.5 seconds, 4.3 seconds off the race lead. Andrew Nagney in 8th. Hunter Hughes in 9th. Arthur Lucas is going to go a little further back to JP Jones. So everyone's kind of hit where they're supposed to be running in terms of tires and all that good stuff. As Joseph Tucker is loving kissing the outside wall on 3 and 4 right here. That's going to open the door, though. Heath Snyder had a bad corner. Here comes Gary Donovan to the inside. He'll try to wrap the paint here. He is clear of the 29 if he just gets in between both of these two. A little too good of a corner. Whoa, and he's almost wrecking. And saved it, but at what cost? Oh my. Coat is getting dry. These guys are getting too rowdy too early. I'm on the halfway point of this race. 17 seconds. Pretty soon going to go a lap down to the race leader. It's going to be Colton Gardner. Unfortunately, is about half a lap already down from Kreschke, as Joseph Tucker was railing him in for a little bit, but he has lost touch. All these guys in the top 5 have lost touch with Krishke. In the fence again goes the 8. Here comes Snyder, though. He'll have a big run because of that. He'll look inside, entering 1. Fuge right behind him. He got by Gary Donlin. Can Christopher Fuge get by them both? Get some clean air on his race car. Oh my, a big snap from Fuge there. Down the backstretch. Side by side, entering 3. Ooh, the 8 holds him tight. That could be an opening door to go to the top if you're the 49 of Fusion. That's what he does. He'll get some clean air. He'll get a big old run down the front straightaway. These two side by sides gonna open up the door for the 2 guys behind them. Just where do they go? They both run the middle. They're so tight together. Who gets the advantage? Neither one, really. They're dead even. A drag race down the backstretch. Hunter Hughes enters a little lighter, a little more backed up to get a good exit, but it doesn't matter. Heath Snyder is clear. And Christopher Fuge now has the 12 to his outside. Here comes Fuge on the bottom of the racetrack trying to hold off Gary Donlin. It's not going to matter. Gary's ripping the top right there. Joseph Tucker in 3rd. He has a great truck tonight. And just no one has the truck the 20 has. That setup, that car, that driver. It's on rails. Absolutely pacing the field right now. And the battle for second's been great. There was a great battle for the lead there with Heath Snyder in Kreshke. Still a great battle for second. The 8 loses second place, but he gets... Oh, into the wall! Gary Donlin. No damage or anything, just a lot of contact with the outside wall. Well, that's the risk of running up so high. That wall, it comes out and it grabs you and it bites you. Snyder in P2, Tucker right behind him. Gary Donlin in P5, but broken away a little bit from Dave Hughes Jr. Whoa! I'm not sure what is going on down the back straightaway. Everyone's about wrecking off of corner number 2 every lap, it seems. Battle for a second, man. These guys are just all running the top. You got to wonder when we're going to see that Pacific slide job. I thought we were going to saw one earlier a little bit. Kind of a halfy slide. Slide jobs. You can do slide jobs in the trucks here. It's really a fun racetrack in the trucks, like I said. Just so little grip, so much speed. The trucks have so much throttle. Look at that. We're yawed out off of 2. You ain't yawed out. You ain't pushing. You ain't making speed around here. As these two are continuing to battle in mile miring. In the last few laps, Kreshke has separated themselves by like over a second. He has been flying. Look at the time delta. In the bottom right, the gap. On lap 49, 1.8 seconds. Lap 54, 5 laps, 3.3. And it's growing right now. It's at a 3.4 live. You see it right there. With Snyder. Now you got to wonder, what's the pit call here? What's the pit call here if you're the 20? Do you want to be early or late? I think 8, or excuse me, late. Because you want to be the guy on defensive driving with fresh tires on offense, right? You want to come back to these guys later in the run and get a caution, drop them a lap down, and then free pit stop, fresher tires, and you win double, right? There's always that possibility too. Especially when you have a big old lead. It's going to take them a few laps anyways to get you right here. The 8 trying the top, the 29 to the bottom, deep into the run. So the bottom worked pretty good there. So maybe something to see here. These guys want to work around to see what time is better. These two guys have been pretty even on lap time, but Gary Donlin, he is coming up. He's just been a player. He's been there. 4th, 5th place range all day today. He's been a little higher, been a little lower, but he's just there. He's stalking these guys, and man, just being there, that opens up the door for wins. It opens up the door for opportunities. And right now, he's putting the pressure on the 8 as the 8's struggling. Go to the inside. Good run off of 4 there. He'll have a good job entering momentum here. Here we go. Dave Hughes Jr. going to start the pit cycle. He'll pull his 22 Ford for F-150 down pit road to the service of his crew. Lap 58 is the first pit stop of the race. Dominic Kreschke next. The race leader, we'll see if he'll pit this time. He will not. He's Snyder looking like they won't as well. Not slowing down at all. They're real deep in the fuel window. 30-something laps. 35 for the top 3. 31 for Tucker. Apparently 45 for Nagney. Wow, that is a very long way, if that is true. Or the 65, I believe it is. I don't believe in making another stop. Christopher Lowell, I believe, pit on lap 12. The in and out of reality of it might be messing that up. Whoa! A big time moment for Arthur Lucas down the backstretch. On old tires as well. Hunter Hughes has pulled his Ford F-150 down pit road. Getting some tires on that race car. Dave Hughes Jr. is still down pit road. I'm intrigued to see why. There he goes. He's off pit road now. It's a long pit stop, it seemed. Might not have been actually that long. Might have been a pretty quick stop. Either way, he is off pit road. We'll see the pit stop time here. 46-45 seconds. Oh, that's pit stop. Oh, there we go. Pit stop. Caution is out! Caution is out on the racetrack. And my oh my, if you are the 22, that is not what you wanted to see. What was the cause of the caution? Oh, Arthur Lucas maybe? He is slow, but take a look at it. Oh, I think we might have found our culprit here. So let's get a replay of this right here. I think it's pretty. I think I can predict. Yeah. I mean, he's lifting a lot. Oh my. Oh, and the 60 gets turned. He got it worse. Andrew Nagney got it a little worse. I mean, looks like really no damage to either truck. But these trucks have been very finicky with damage lately. Since the update. Especially this track in particular. Damage is just brutal. That does screw over Hunter Hughes and Dave Hughes Jr. on pit road there. Without a doubt, a lap down. They're not going to have any laps in their tires or anything. But, wow. I mean, that is an interesting incident there. I'm not sure. Ain't that a freeze frame? That is what will be used in the promotionals for sure. Let's get a little bird's eye view of it. I mean, yeah, I mean, he kind of like Kyle Larson at Gateway. Not as bad, but yeah, I mean, he's, you know, if he's on the brake there, trying to avoid getting into the 24. Nothing intentional, just a little bit of racing for position. That stuff happens, but the 24 is not going to be happy about it. As he shouldn't be. Arthur Lucas shouldn't be happy about it. I mean, he did get spun. Shouldn't be damaged to that race car as he's stayed out on the racetrack. Oh my, oh my. There's Colton Gardner. He will go around. He has a free pass. Dave Hughes Jr. is hoping to God this 24 comes down pit road. He's like, oh my, of course. All this does, though, is open up the door for all these other guys who are pretty good in the short run with the 20. I apologize. My throat. It's not been gelling lately, you know. Had like a mini cold last week. Really weird cold. Like just had a stuffy nose and like a halfway itchy throat. As Arthur Lucas will come down pit road in the 24 Silverado. So Dominic Kreschke will be the race leader of this race. Then to his outside will be Heath Snyder, Joseph Tucker in third, Christopher Fuge in fourth. Gary Donnellan will start this restart in the fifth position. Colton Gardner Arthur Lucas down pit road. Here is JP Jones. Not very many cars left on the racetrack. Dave Hughes Jr. though is just like, why? Why me? One lap or two later and it would have been awesome. The 17 will go by him. Bart Nicotero. Andrew Nagney, who was part of the incident that brought out that caution. So we only see 6 trucks down the backstretch. Only the top 6 guys. Nagney will definitely catch them. Colton Gardner should catch them as well. Arthur Lucas should. I believe everyone will catch up to the field. Or we're going green here. Oh, they're in 3. I don't know. Dave Hughes Jr. is actually 2 laps down, so unfortunately it's still a lap down. He's going to have to hope for a caution. Not very many trucks left on the racetrack to cause those, though. Alrighty, folks. Here we go. It's crunch time. Let's get it going. Maybe the final restart of the night. You gotta get the spot. Green flag in the air. Crash Day with a great launch. No one to pressure him. The 20 bolts off with the race lead entering 1, but can he bolt away like he did at the end of that run? The 8 clear. Joseph Tucker, I think, has the best car to go and fight the 20. What does Tucker do right here? Remember, Tucker had to drive through the field in that last restart. Used up probably a good amount of tire. Tucker gained a little bit on the bottom as well. He'll draw a little closer. It's now a car length. Half a car length. Under 1/10 of a second. He is there. Oh, he's wrapping the paint a lot more, not diamonding. The racetrack, as much as the 20 is, top 4 have just flown away back there from the 60 of Nagney. Kreschke, though, all out in front. The 8 trying to find something here. Gary Donlan waiting in the wings. Oh my lord. Along with Heath Snyder. Single file. They're just stalking each other, waiting to see who does it first, who makes the move, who makes the charge. Top 2 separating a little bit from the guys behind. I think the 8 should just take his hack. I mean, he was so good in the long run, the 20 was. Get him now. Try to do something. Maybe you'll get another caution or two. You can get some track position on him for when you pit. You got to do something to beat the 20. That's the guy you got to beat. You at the short run, the long run. Can't just be okay at both, as there's a car in the wall back there. That's JP Jones in the 21. Losing some spots. Might lose a spot to Colton Gardner's destroyed race truck. 17 goes by. They got that truck fixed up. It looks like it's with the pack, so looking good. Out back is Colton Gardner. Oh my lord. He does get by JP Jones. There's only 11 cars on the racetrack, 2 of which are 3 and 1 lap down respectively. Not many cars out here left on the racetrack. Dominic E. Krishke in the 25/10 of a second race lead. Here we go, back to the start-finish line. Entering 26 laps to go. Chastity Tucker says, come on, Tucker. And Joseph Tucker, he's trying. He's muscling that truck around the racetrack. But man, oh man, he's right there. He's keeping the gap at 5/10, 6/10 of a second. That's what you got to do. Keep him at least there. But the 20 is just so good on the long run. I think Tucker has the car to do it, and the driver can do it. Excuse me, I don't think the car can do it. The driver can do it. The car cannot, most likely, as we have hit 25 laps to go in this race. So it is crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to go. The top 4 have shown that. Christopher Fuge is a dot in the rearview mirror, along with the other 8 guys or 5 guys on the lead lap. They have put the gap on the rest of the field. And well, right now, Dominic Kreschke is putting the gap on 2nd and 3rd right now. They are 8, 1, and 1.7 seconds away from Kreschke, respectively. The top 3 Top 4, the most separated they've been all race long. To see if Kreschke can just put a pretty bow on it. Bring her home for 24 more laps without any issues. Christopher Lowell is down pit road. That Ford truck is, I think, blinking a little too much. Maybe that's why he pulled it down. Not sure why he pulled it down. Tucker gaining a little bit right there. That was a solid 1 and 2. He's able to gain just a small bit, not a lot. Like I said, this is a game of inches. He brought it back down to 0.5 of a second. Gotta wonder, does Kreschke have a bit too much confidence? Did he go out there and just burn them tires up early? Trying to put that gap he had back on him in the last round. Top 3 separated by 1.1 seconds on the racetrack. It's just kind of that steady 6.5 to 5.5 tenths of a second. Which is good. Keep them in your sights. Keep them guessing, right? You can't let them just run away with it. You keep him at that 0.6 of a second. He knows you're there, and he knows, why, if we get a restart, you're going to be there. If this would be a lot different story if we saw some guys actually get a bit better launch and stay side by side, or even just close to the 20. Would have had a bit more of a fight for the lead. No one got a great launch. And that's a great executed restart from Kreschke. Tucker, Snyder, and those guys just didn't have a great restart that time. Unfortunately, it's the restart that most likely really matters and might be the last one of the night. For Dominic Kreschke, he's putting the field on notice. Who's the favorite? Entering the real season. Preseason race number 1. Kreschke has looked lights out. Without a doubt, has led the most laps tonight. Started from the pit lane. Got pole. Started from the pit lane. Got back the lead, and well, he just didn't look back since then, and he has not relinquished the lead since he has gotten it. And Heath Snyder with that great battle. Second place has changed a bunch. Snyder, Donnellan, everyone's gunning for it, is Colton Gardner. Talk about the rally from this guy. I mean, he might get a top 5. I know there's a lot of cars are out. Been a few wrecks tonight. But, I mean, he was one of the innocent guys who got in the wreck, and he is running 6, running down Christopher Fuge, as there is a lot of racing going on further back here. These 3 are really aggressive. 60 car all up the back bumper, just like he was in the 24. Oh, he's in the fence. 17 in the grass a little bit. That got him slideways on the straightaway. To the inside of the 60 of Andrew Nagney goes Art Nicotera. Nicotera with a big tank slapper off of 2. Dave Hughes Jr. just trying to get this car, hoping for someone to wreck here, spin out, so he can get that free pass and get back in the lead lap and actually fight with these guys. Joseph Tucker, the race leader. Dominic Kreschke, the race leader. Joseph Tucker in P2. Heath Snyder, 3rd. Gary Donnellan, 4th. Back there, the battle is for 5th. The closest battle on the racetrack, really, is for P5. Fuse trying to hold off Gardner. Christopher Fuge trying to hold off the 40 machine. 16 laps to go tonight. Colton Gardner with a great 1 and 2. He'll draw a little close. Whoa! 2 tank slappers from both guys. My, oh my. Was out of nowhere, too. What he's going to have. Oh my! The 49 is loose. He is loose. Here comes the 40 to the outside of Colton Gardner. He'll get to the outside quarter panel of Fuge. Should be an easy pass here in 1 and 2 with the outside lane momentum. And that it was. Clear, clear, clear. P5 for Colton Gardner. The next closest battle on the track is the 17 and the 60 for 8th spot and 9th spot. The last two cars on the lead lap here. Will we see a caution before tonight's race is over? I just don't think so. Not enough trucks really to bring out a caution. Not enough racing. You could spin out. We've seen guys get really close to doing that a few times. But it'd be very shocking without any other truck-to-truck contact to see the caution come out and just a lazy spin or anything of that sort. I don't want to give Chris K the win prematurely, 13 laps, but man, it's gonna take a lot to get this 20 car out of the race lead. He's lights out right now. Great car, great drive. Not discrediting these guys. I mean, Tucker led the first few laps of the race. He's been up here all race long. He was involved in the restart wreck with Hughes. That wasn't his fault by any means. 21 just kind of made a mistake, spun the tires, and that took out a bunch of good cars. Heath Snyder's had a great race. He's led laps at one point in this race as well. And I know Gary Donnellan has not been in top 5. Top 4 all race long. He's been right there with these guys as he's yawned it out off of 2. Heath Snyder in 3rd. Joseph Tucker in 2nd. And Dominic Kreschke with a 1.5 second lead as we hit 11 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Or is it now called Echo Park Motor Speedway? Echo Park? I think it's Echo Park. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure actually what it's called. Foldy anyways, but this track is just so much better than the new track. I know the new track in real life it puts on good shows, man, but there was something about this old, bumpy, worn out racetrack. It was just something different. I know the racing here sometimes wasn't the greatest. I mean, I'll admit that. I know we have like, tinted glasses sometimes looking back at tracks, but this track did age like fine wine, and it was getting to the point where the track was coming apart every race, but man, it was an amazing racetrack, and it still is an amazing racetrack, just in a different sort of way. Great facility. One of the hottest tickets, as they say, on the NASCAR schedule. Then and now, but right now these virtual iRacing fans they're watching this 20 car boot, scoot, and boogie to a 2-second race lead. 9 to go, and I don't even see a battle for second most likely happening before it's all said and done. Really no battle on the racetrack. Snyder, he's had a great race. I mean, all these guys have ran top 5 pretty much all night, aside from Colton Gardner, who got involved in an early wreck. The first caution, I believe, of the race. Yeah, I believe the first caution of the race on lap 12 was that big wreck entering 3, and I mean, it was a big wreck. Saw a lot of cars wrecked, and 40 cars, one of them, looked like heavy damage, but cautions that came out subsequently have let him have time to fix this car, and some strategy and just great pace in the top 5. Looks a little quicker than Gary Donnellan here at the end of this race, but too little too late, right? 3/10 quicker that last lap. He's actually the 2nd quickest car on the track, barely off the race leader the last time by. Obviously, 5 seconds back, it's going to be a little harder to get there. Yeah, he's right there with the race leader's time. He's quicker than all the guys in front of him right here. He might be on the charge to get 4th. Another 5 tenths, 6 tenths of a second quicker there. He is going to be there. I mean, 33.2 last lap for Gary Donnellan, a 32.5. That is a 7/10 of a second swing in lap time. That is a lot on one lap of this racetrack. Actually, a little alarming amount. This is iRacing. I'd be like, was the tire going down or something? That's an alarming amount of time lost. Last time by 2/10 of a second. That's a little over 2/10 of a second. Whoa! Little contact. Whoa! And a car on the wall! Right behind both of them. Christopher Fuge slams the outside wall. He keeps it straight, keeps it going. That was about to be our caution. He's pancaked that outside wall hard. Here comes Colton Gardner. He's continuing to make strides to run down P4 in this race. But right now, you actually look ahead of those two. Here's Joseph Tucker and Heath Snyder battling for P2 with 5. We're coming to 4 laps to go. And Joseph's so good on the top of the racetrack. 4 to go at the line. Krishke a distant 3 seconds. He's already into the corner. About half a corner ahead of these guys. The 29 trying to do what the 20 did to him earlier. He'll run just half a lane lower. The 8 does carry a little bit. Oh, and a big take slapper off of 2. Almost lost it. He'll keep his foot in it, but the 29 gained a little bit there because of it. Side by side. Off into corner 3. Now into 4. The 8 with momentum off of 4. The 29 squeezes him. The 8 with big momentum, a big side draft. 3 laps to go. Who will get it here for P2, the runner-up spot tonight? Holds him a little bit more tight, runs the middle, momentum, the 8. Big side draft, the 29, not going to matter. Clear back is Joseph Tucker. He'll run a defensive line in the middle there. That was a good decision to run the middle. Oh, and a big snap right there from the 8 off of exit. Going to kill the momentum a little bit. Still have a bit more than the 29 entering 1. He's just trying to use his lane, use his car to be perfect at defending. Doesn't need to be quicker than the 29. Just needs to not let the 29 gas up when he needs to. As the 12 is all sorts of loose back there in 4th. 2 laps to go. Coming to 1. For Dominic Kreshke, but the battle for P2 is just too good to look away from. White flag in the air. Who gets P2 here at the line? That time it's Tucker. What will it be next time? Cannot say enough, though, about Dominic Kreshke. The battle for second might be amazing, but the drive tonight from the man in the race lead, he is dominated since he took the race lead. No one has been able to put a finger to Kreshke. He restarted with under 30 laps to go. He'll put a 4-second gap on the field. Dominic Kreshke wins at Atlanta. And Joseph Tucker will grab P2. Heath Snyder 3rd. Gary Donnellan 4th. Colton Gardner in an amazing 5th comeback. Christopher Fuge 6th. See JP Jones in 7th. Nico Terra in 8th and 9th. Last car on the lead lap. This is Nagney, Andrew Nagney right there in the 60 Ford F-150. But Dominic E. Kreshke, what a night. Started on pole, starts from the pit lane. And well, he's going to do burnouts here on the front stretch, or maybe not. He's just going to pull the pit road. Burnouts are overrated. Well, said no one, but Dominic Kreshke seems to think so. Dominant tonight. Was Kreshke a great race, honestly. Great race, all race times. We're seeing the back of a crew chief right there. Take a look at the results as it's all said and done. Dominic Kreshke, your race winner. Joseph Tucker, P2 in the Hostile Intent Racing Chevy Silverado. Heath Snyder right behind him. He had a great race. Great battle. Those two fought, I think, all race. Like they say, you're going to be by the same car all race long. And Gary Donnellan was great all day. Kind of fell back a bit in terms of pace there at the end. Credit the top 3. And almost lost 4th to Colton Gardner, who had an up and down day, to say the least. But nonetheless, brings home a top 5 finish from a rebound. Christopher Fuge was in the mix all night. Finished at 6, JP Jones 7, Art Nicotera, Andrew Nagney, like we all said, those final guys. Dave Fuge Jr. will get a top 10 tonight, but man, getting caught out from that yellow, it's got to hurt. I mean, you just never want the night to end like that, and, well, unfortunately for him, it did end like that. Hunter Hughes, I mean, what could have been for him? He was a good car tonight. As Mary says, good job, Heath. Yeah, great job from Heath. He had a great run tonight. P3, I mean, almost got second. He had a monumental battle there at the end with with the 8 of Joseph Tucker. Tucker and Snyder, that's going to be a storyline to watch all year long for victories, but just no one could hold the wheel, hold a candle to the Krishke 20 machine. That truck was on rails tonight. Tucker and Snyder weren't too far back, but just a little too far in the end. Hunter Hughes, though, on that restart, I mean, just an innocent bystander to the 21 of Moats, just spinning the tires. Ended up taking him out of contention, multiple laps down, damage. Arthur Lucas in the 24, 12th. Christopher Lowell had some connection. He ran in the top 5 at some points tonight. He ends up 33 laps off the pace. Donovan Carty in 14th. He had a great race tonight. I'm not sure what happened to Donovan and why he is 40 laps down. Something obviously happened. Something did occur for Donovan Carty, though. Unfortunately for him. Very good race tonight. Nonetheless, these guys put on a show. I mean, the battle for the win at the end wasn't exactly the biggest barn burner event, but nonetheless, you're just going to have that in racing sometimes. It's just going to be that way, as we had 21 cars start this field. See a lot of other guys who did not start, like Jordan Sailors, Joe Hudson, a few other guys down the order. So you had 21 cars tonight in the race, and great job, Tucker. I mean, I love the support, guys. And you know, as guys who sim race, I mean, when you get support from family members or anything like that, it's really cool. So good to see you guys in the comment sections cheering on. People you care for, obviously. That's very sweet. And, you know, I'm sure they appreciate that a lot more than maybe you think. Because it means a lot to those drivers out here. They have a bunch of fun, and when you have fun with them, there's no better feeling. But nonetheless, everyone, I hope you enjoyed tonight's race. It was a really fun one, like I said. From start to finish, we're going to have to look coming to this regular season at all these guys in the top 5. I think these guys are going to be your players. I know Colton didn't run there all race, but you know, he'll be up there. And Hunter Hughes, we're going to see it. It was a great race. This is a great start to the show. So thank you, everyone, for watching tonight on the Squeaker 187 YouTube channel. I hope you all like and subscribe. Of course, you know, that always helps me. Go tell everyone you know to like and subscribe. You know, all the good stuff. But you know what? Thank you, everyone, for liking, and all the people in the comment sections. Mary and Chastity, I appreciate it. For commenting and cheering on your drivers. That helps me out a lot. Nonetheless, I want to thank all of you, and have a great, blessed night and a great work week ahead. Only 4 days left, so you know, that's how it goes. But God bless everyone. Have a great night.